Hi, I'm Mike Kelly, a family court judge from Kanawha County. In this short video, I would like to introduce you to 4 issues that are very important. 1, developing parenting plans. 2, the mediation process. 3, the effect of domestic violence on kids. And 4, the domestic violence prevention resources available in your area. I will introduce you to a few of the people from our state who are experts in those fields. They will explain these 4 topics in greater detail. Hopefully, this video will assist you during your court case and beyond. First, let me introduce to you Tom Patrick. Tom is a professor at the WVU College of Law and one of West Virginia's foremost mediation experts.
Hello, I'm Tom Patrick, and I'm going to talk about parenting plans today. A parenting plan is simply a schedule of when mom and dad will spend time with their children. It works like a calendar for you and for your child, and it describes how you will make certain decisions for your children. One of the most important parts of a parenting plan is deciding the time and access that the child has to mom and to dad. Usually it's a matter of deciding when the children will be with mom and when they will be with dad. The child's age, school schedule, vacation schedule, those will all influence your parenting plan. As you design a parenting plan that works for your children, you will want to think about important holidays and how to make those days the most special for your children. Don't forget about other special days like Mother's Day and Father's Day, your birthday, and your child's birthday. Of course, when the child is living with one parent, that parent will make the day-to-day decisions. Emergency decisions will also be made by the parent who is caring for the child at the time the emergency arises. Some decisions need more planning, however. Such decisions might have to do with the child's education, extracurricular activities, spiritual guidance, non-emergency health care. Some parents agree that mom or that dad will make these types of decisions, while other parents decide to share that decision-making responsibility equally. In West Virginia, a parenting plan is required in all cases involving children under the age of 18. However, family judges give parents a chance to create their own parenting plans. And in some cases, a judge may order parents to participate in family mediation. In mediation, a family mediator can help you make a parenting plan. If you cannot or will not create a parenting plan on your own or with the help of a family mediator, then the judge will decide when you get to spend time with your child. The judge will also decide how much time you get to spend with your children. Even if you can agree on a parenting plan, things can change. Because you cannot see around every bend in the road ahead, you might need to change the parenting plan as time goes by. And despite your best intentions, conflicts will arise. You may want to agree in advance on a process to resolve those future conflicts. That way, you may be able to avoid going back to family court. On your own or with the help of a family mediator, you can craft a parenting plan that works for you.
Not every set of parents will be able to agree on a parenting plan. If they cannot, a family court judge might order parents to mediation. Diane Furnari, a mediation specialist and a lawyer, has trained many of the state's mediators. Diane will explain the mediation process to you.
Mediation is an exceptional opportunity for parents to work together with a neutral third party to resolve their parenting issues and design a parenting plan. Mediation is a method of problem solving where disputing parents are helped by a neutral, impartial third person called a mediator. In mediation, there is no battle to be won, but only issues to be resolved. A mediation session is private and confidential and informal. Its format is flexible. On the average, it lasts from 2 to 4 hours. The cost is shared by both parents according to their incomes and determined by a sliding scale established by the court. Only Supreme Court approved mediators mediate these cases. These people have met all of the court's strict requirements. They are all college graduates who have completed an intensive specialized training program and have had mediation experience. The mediator will not act as a judge, therefore will not make any decisions. All decisions come from you, the parents. The mediator will not act as a lawyer, therefore will not give any legal advice. The mediator will not act as a therapist, therefore will not try to mend your marriage or your relationship. The mediator will help you negotiate fair and workable solutions and will assist you in developing a parenting plan. Both you and the other parent will have equal opportunities to talk and to discuss your concerns. Both you and the other parent will have equal opportunities to explore options and offer solutions. The mediator will write down the points of agreement and your parenting plan. Then you'll take it to your attorney for legal counsel or directly to the court. The plan becomes effective and binding after it becomes court record at your final hearing. There are two ways to enter the mediation process. The judge may order you to mediation, or you may, on your own, request mediation. The mediation process begins with a pre-mediation screening. This is used to determine if there are any issues in a case that may prevent the parents from talking openly, working toward a voluntary agreement, and participating in a mediation session. Pre-mediation screening is a private, confidential, one-on-one interview. The interviewer is the family case coordinator who has been specially trained in screening. The screening takes place in a courthouse office and lasts about an hour. Mom will go at one time, Dad at another time. There is no cost for this service. It is free. And the information gathered does not become part of the court record. It is strictly confidential and kept in a secure file. It is used solely to determine if the case is appropriate for mediation or if the case should return to the judge for a contested hearing. If your case proceeds to mediation, the judge will appoint a mediator and notify you about the mediation arrangements. I'm sure you recognize what a powerful opportunity mediation is. Its goal is not to determine a winner or loser, but to have parents work cooperatively towards solutions in the best interest of their children.
Now that we have discussed mediation and parenting plans, allow me to mention a profound issue that affects many families. That issue is domestic violence.
Where's dinner?
Well, I thought you'd be home a couple of hours ago, and I put everything away.
What is this? Pizza?
You had just called me. I would have known what...
Dinner ready is pizza.
Honey, please don't be so loud. Please don't... Let go of me!
Get in the kitchen!
No!
Do you want to see what hurts? That's what hurts! That's what hurts!
Oh, please! I can't... Please!
For information, call 1-800-END-ABUSE.
In West Virginia, domestic violence is a crime, and children are often the forgotten victims. Domestic violence can have long-lasting effects on children of all ages, whether or not they actually see or hear the abuse. The first step in understanding these effects is to recognize abusive behaviors.
Domestic violence involves many different forms of abuse. In addition to the more obvious forms of physical and verbal abuse, as seen and heard by the child on the stairs, other examples of abusive behaviors that are common in relationships, whether parents are together or separated, include the following forms of abuse.
Emotional abuse includes put-downs, name-calling, making false promises, playing mind games, or trying to blame or make the other parent feel guilty. Economic abuse includes withholding child support or preventing the other parent from getting or keeping a job. Isolation includes trying to control who the other parent sees or talks to, what the other parent does, or where the other parent goes. The making or carrying out of threats is another way people will try to force the other parent into doing what they want. The threats could be to attack the other parent's reputation or to do something to harm the other parent physically, financially, legally, or in other ways. Intimidation includes looks, actions, and gestures intended to make the other parent feel afraid and believe that threats will be carried out.
Finally, it's important for parents to recognize that children are hurt by the presence of abuse. Children are also hurt when they are used as a tool in furthering a parent's attempts to maintain power and control in the relationship.
West Virginia's legislature has found that children are often physically assaulted or witness violence against one of their parents or other family or household members, violence which too often ultimately results in death. These children may suffer deep and lasting emotional harm from victimization and from exposure to domestic violence.
Some of the effects may include behavioral problems. Children who experience violence in the home are at risk for alcohol and drug abuse, eating or sleeping disorders, failure to perform in school, or fear-driven overachievement. Violence in the home can lead to children being jumpy or watchful. They learn how to read the abuser's every move and how to keep out of harm's way. Children feel panic during each abusive incident and may fear that they will be hurt or that their parents will be hurt or be taken to jail. When violence occurs in the home, children may try to take on adult responsibilities by trying to make peace, by separating fighting parents, calling for help, becoming caretakers, or comforting their abused parent or siblings. Children exposed to domestic violence and abuse feel a sense of powerlessness. They cannot stop the abuse, they cannot fix the parent's abusive relationship, and they can't save the parent or siblings who are being abused. Children who experience domestic violence learn that violence is a way to settle problems, punish family members, or gain control of a situation. Violence becomes an easy way to get what they want or to make things go the way they want.
Parents who choose to abuse their partner often grow up in homes where they experience domestic violence and abuse. Domestic violence is a learned behavior and is preventable. Children can learn ways to relate that are neither violent nor abusive.
Free, confidential help is available throughout the state to families affected by domestic violence. This map shows that each county is served by one of the 13 licensed domestic violence programs in West Virginia. Individual programs may be contacted to provide a range of services. All programs offer emergency shelter to victims of domestic violence and to their children. It is important to recognize that the following services are offered whether or not a person decides to stay in a shelter. Confidential hotlines offer 24-hour access to crisis intervention, information, and support. Advocacy and other support services include assistance and referrals involving legal and social services and other community resources. Individual peer support counseling and support groups are available for adult victims of domestic violence. Age-appropriate services for children are available to help them cope with the impact of family violence in their lives. And educational programs for perpetrators of family violence and abuse are now available in some areas of the state. For more information or for free, confidential help through your local licensed domestic violence program, refer to For a Safer State of Family, a booklet provided through this parent education program.
If you fear physical harm from a former or current family or household member, or someone with whom you have shared a dating relationship, you may also choose to seek help from the legal system. Petitions for a protection order may be filed in magistrate court. The court can order the abuser to refrain from further abuse or contact with the victim. It is also important to remember that in West Virginia, domestic violence is a crime that is no longer tolerated or excused and can result in criminal sanctions.
Domestic violence is preventable. We must all act to break the cycle of violence for the next generation. If you or someone you know needs help, please call 1-800-799-SAFE for assistance in your area.
Thanks for watching. I hope that we provided you with useful and memorable information. If you would like any additional information, please speak with your parent education teacher.